So we have been given this array. So we will use bubble sort technique to sort this array. So how we are going to do it? So the main phenomenon in bubble sort is from the given array we will find out which is the largest number, and we will be shifting that largest number to the very last position. Once it is in the largest number in the last position, we can say that it has found a perfect place in its array. So again, now we will be choosing a smaller array till this position, and we will be trying to find out the largest number from the starting point till here except the last position. So let's see how we can do this. So the main concept is we will be checking the one number and comparing it with the next number. So you can say that we are comparing this I with this I plus 1. So let these two be the indexes, and if this I is greater than I plus 1, what we need to do, we just need to do a swap. So this is how we can find our largest number. So first we can see that we are comparing 2 and 1 here. So when we compare 2 and 1, is 2 is greater than 1? Yes, so we should be doing a swap. So for doing once we do the swap, our new array will become like, it will become 1 and this will become 2. Now again we will be doing a swap between this 2 and this 0. Okay, so when we do a swap between do we need to do a swap between 2 and 0? Yes, because 2 is greater than 0. So again we will be doing a swap. So what will happen, this 2 will be coming to this position and 0 will be here. Again when we check 2 and 6, when we are checking 2 and 6, so what we can see that 2 is not greater than 6, so swap is not needed now. So for that case we will be just copying the value of 6 here. Again when we will be checking 6 and minus 3, when we compare 6 and minus 3, we see yes, 6 is greater than minus 3. So what we need to do, we need to swap it. So what will happen, this 6 will become minus 3 here and this will become 6. So what we see that yes, we have got a 6 in the right position. This was the maximum from this and it has reached its final position. So now we can only just compare this part, and again we will do the same process. For now what we need to do, we need to again compare 1 and 0. Is 1 greater than 0? Yes. So what should we do? We should be doing a swap. So we will just doing 0 here and 1 here. Now we'll compare 1 and 2. Once while comparing 1 and 2, what we see that 1 is greater than 2? No. So swap is not required at all. So 2 will be just copied here. We compare 2 and minus 3. We see 2 is greater than minus 3. Yes, so a swap is required here. So what we will be do, we will be just copying the value of 2 to minus 3's place and we'll put minus 3 here. So what we can see from this array, that is till minus 3, the maximum was 2 and it has reached its final position, and 6 will remain it's the same position. We are only considering till this part. So we see that this array is also 2 has also reached its final position. Now we will again sort my array and we'll take this much only now. So in this position we have to find out the maximum number. So according as we can see that 1 will be our maximum, we should be reaching the last place. So again when we compare 0 and 1, so 0 is greater than 1? No. So there will be no swap. So 0 and 1 will come like here. When we see 1 and minus 3, is 1 greater than minus 3? Yes, this is greater than minus 3. So what it should be going for this swap. So again we will be just removing 1 from here and we will be putting minus 3 here and 1 will come here, and 2 and 6 are not considered in this array, so it will be coming down as it is. So we can see that yes, 1 has reached the end. So again after this step we'll be considering only this part between as an array. So when we compare 0 and minus 3, yes, we need to do a swap here because 0 is greater than minus 3 obviously. So minus 3 will come here it will be 0 here, and the rest will be just copied. And this is just a step that will so we can see that our entire array has been sorted using bubble sort technique. So what we do, we are finding the max at each iteration, and when we found the max, we'll just shift it to the last place. So this is the basic fundamental step in bubble sort technique. So you can see the number of steps that we come with. This 1 step, 2 step, 3 steps and 4 steps, and for each iteration in step number 1 we compared with first 2, then this 2, and then this 2, and then this 2. So we can say that this is taking n number of times, and this is also taking this, we have to consider this step also, no? So it will be till 5 here, and here we are also doing n steps, just, and here also we are doing this n steps. So it is we are doing this n 5 star 5 times. So generally we can say it is being done n star n times this iteration is taking place. So the time complexity in bubble sort is n square. So in n square time we are able to sort this array. So let's check the code how we can do it. Okay, so here we have been given an array that we need to sort. First we are using 2 for loops that I will be telling you. So as we are using 2 for loops, this time complexity becomes O(n) square. So when we the I for loop, that is the outer one, it is basically used to iterate downwards, that is n number of times, and this last for j for loop is actually used for comparing the two values. Every time we are comparing the two values, right? So for that this j for loop is being used. And as we are doing that, if j is greater than j plus 1, that is the current element value is greater than the next corresponding element, then we should be doing a swap. So this is a basic swapping technique using 3 variable swap. We are just swapping it, and once the swap is done, this array size is decreasing every time. So as you can see, this is a very small code and a very simple technique. The only problem is this time complexity and space complexity of bubble sort technique is over.